back. Our speaker today is Audrey Jones. She'll be giving a speech from the communication manual, the project number 4, how to say it. The length of her speech is 8 to 10 minutes. The title of her speech is Photo Clip Art Gallery. Now, Audrey Jones is practicing presentation for the Creative Forum meeting for Tuesday, November 15th in the Agora room at 10 a.m. There is expected to be over 300 creatives in attendance. She's expected to update the creative teams on what the Photo Clip Art Library is and how to use it, and what the future holds for the Photo Clip Art Library, reminding everyone that they have access to this useful photo resource tool to help increase efficiencies across their workflows. I'd like to welcome Audrey Jones for the Photo Clip Art Library. Audrey Jones.
Thank you, Toastmasters, Stacy, and welcome, fellow Toastmasters. I'm going to pretend that you guys are 300. There's 300 people in here, and I'm going to address you as the creative team. As most of you know, I'm Audrey Jones. I'm a photographer for the Creative Photo Studio team. Most of you might already be familiar with the Photo Clip Art Library, but those of you who may not be, I wanted to take this time to give you a refresh as well as an update on what's new. First, I have to give credit to our recent retiree, Mike Ormiston, a fellow photographer, for creating the Photo Clip Art Library. He is the reason why this exists in the first place. Soon after he announced that he was leaving, I jumped at the chance of taking it over because I could see so much potential in this resource that I wanted to see how we can improve this tool by further developing a resource that is more. Maybe it doesn't work from this angle. Okay.
Try one.
Good idea. Improving here. Luckily, this is the practice speech.
Yeah.
And video operate.
It's not working. Well, excuse me, but I'm just probably going to give the presentation from the back of the room. Normally, I'd be giving the presentation in the middle of the monitors, so I can access my computer.
You want me to switch when you say go, I'll switch the slide?
No, I'll just do it, because I'll know like when to switch it. Sorry, guys. Hopefully this doesn't happen in the real thing.
Good place to practice though.
Yeah. The thing is, this is the new laptop, and like literally doesn't accept USB ports or anything, so I have to buy get all these adapters to accept the new ones, so I can't make it wireless. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, I can't use the clicker. So where was I? I'll just kind of repeat myself a little bit. I jumped at the chance of taking it over because I could see so much potential in this resource that I wanted to see how we can improve this tool by further developing a resource that is more accessible and easier to use for creatives, artists, designers, and planners by first stating an objective and the 3 main goals, which are maintaining the quality of imagery found on the server, increasing the easy-to-use navigation through the photos, and sharing with the departments when new categories and images are updated to the Photo Clip Art Library. So moving forward, I will be responsible for managing and maintaining the files found in the Photo Clip Art Library. First, I just wanted to take this chance to use the Creative Forum meeting to make you guys aware of the Photo Clip Art Library. So that was step number 1. Step number 2, most importantly, is to update the name, because it's just a little bit too long. So in good AG fashion, I gave it an acronym and a tagline. PCAL, an accessory closet for your product. What is it? The PCAL library is a collection of photo pieces, parts, and elements, a resource tool generated by the Creative Photo Studio team to help increase an efficient workflow when creating a final art piece for AG product. examples would be if an artist or designer wants to incorporate a photo of a suitcase or a piece of cheese, the PCAL library offers a variety of different options under the designated folders for them to browse through. So as you can see, designers or artists can innovate up front by using the PhotoClip Art Library to create their photo layout or final piece. As you can see, they use the suitcases in the left one in the UK, and then at AG, this is planning for a U-fold card layout, where you can see the little piece of cheese in there, along with you can see they use clip art of peanut butter and jelly toast, cake, ice cream, ketchup. And also, in the PhotoClip Art Library, we have textures. So Morgan Ricciardi, who's a core card planner here, tends to use the PCAL library for textures to use on her graphic design elements for her final cards. So we don't just have photos. We do have photos of textured backgrounds, but then you can take those photos and implement them in a more creative way. So we went over what it is. Now I'm gonna show you what PCAL looks like. So right now, if you pull it in your browser, it's just a bunch of folders organized by different categories. So let's open up the hat folder. Before, the hat folder looked like this, completely disorganized, not sorted by color or style. So we are working on the process of better organizing this, just like how you better organize your closet at home. So we took 257 hats and consolidated down to 13 folders. So if you open up the cowboy hat folder, you will see all of the cowboy hats organized from style to color and efficient, making it easy for you guys to find exactly what you're looking for in your accessory closet. So I showed you what it looks like. Now, how do you find it? Now I'm going to exit out of my PowerPoint and show you manually. So you're going to find the PCAL library on the server, which is under the resources folder. So how you get there, I'm going to walk through it with you step by step. You're going to click on your desktop and go up to the Apple toolbar at the top and click on Go. Scroll down to Connect to Server. You'll see USL 660 pop up, or if it doesn't pop up, make sure that it's in the server address. Hit Connect, and then you'll see a number of server names or folders to choose from. You'll want to hit on Resources, hit OK, and you'll see that it pops up on your desktop right here. So my recommendation, I know we all have different ways of browsing through images, but the best way to navigate through the PCAL library is through using the Adobe Bridge application, which all the creatives should have in their application folder on their computer, so you can drag it, put it in your toolbar, so it's always there. So I think the first thing you should do is drag that resources server icon on the desktop. See, I didn't get a good hold of it. Ugh. This is gonna be wrong. Also, with this new laptop, it's like not as easy to drag and drop icons. So you're gonna drag, what I'm supposed to be doing here is dragging the resources icon into your favorites folder in Bridge. So, technical difficulty number 2.
Try to hold option.
Oh my gosh. Using 2 fingers to do this. Okay. Then drag it into your favorites folder and drop it, and they'll always be right here, so when you click on it, you can quickly find the PCAL library. So once you click on Resources, click on Art Resources, and then you'll see Photo Clip Art right here. And then you're back to that original slide that I had showed you guys with all the folders. And let's see if we can find the hats one. And here's the hat. And as you can see, we organize it through all different types of hats: baseball hats, formal hats, outdoor hats, etc. So going back to PowerPoint, we went over what it is, what it looks like, and how you find it. But before I leave you, I have to let you guys know the rules and guidelines when using these photos from the Photo Clip Art Library. First, make sure you drag and drop onto the desktop. Do not save over images on the server. Make sure you drag and drop it onto your desktop to make sure you're editing a copy of the original file. Second, most importantly, is do not ingest clip art as a single art piece in Rose Garden. When using images in PCAL, there are no content IDs attached, so we want to make sure that we don't cross-contaminate our artwork by making sure that we keep it separate. And then third, check your channel paths in the file. Most of the time there should be selections already selected for you to easily cut out the images for your use of your design. So the future of PCAL is that it's going to be updated more frequently, and you'll be aware of it by sending out emails. As of after the move, the Photo Clip Art Library had more than 1,200 new files added to it, and is continuously updated throughout the year, so please make sure to check back regularly. I will send out updates at least once a year, reminding you that PCAL is here for you and has been updated, highlighting the newest groups of work that might be most beneficial to associates. The future is moving fast, and I am excited to explore new ways on how to make this resource tool more useful and efficient for all of you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me for any subject matter that you might need or feedback, issues you might be having. Chrissy Hoy and Rich Bogart are my liaisons who help me keep this updated efficiently. And most importantly, everything I shared here today is hosted on Imagine underneath the Department of Locations tab, underneath Creative Department. Thank you.